Hey class. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this paper that I kind of wrote on it. Today we have to do a video. So today the video I chose when I saw the central nervous system being highlighted in another classmate's choice was the peripheral nervous system. I'm going to discuss the articles from Verywell Mind, the Queensland Institute, and the National Institute of Cancer training module so we can learn about it together. I'm really nervous myself, so I'm going to save us all some time and call it the PNS system for this video. The first article from Verywell Mind explained that the peripheral nervous system is one of two main parts of the nervous system. It consists of tiny little nerves that connect the brain and spinal cord to the body and organs, which can make our skin crawl. Essentially, sensations like hot, cold, and goosebumps wouldn't occur without the PNS system, and as it transmits sensory information to the brain. Interestingly enough, the PNS system has like two components to it too. The somatic nervous system is like the first one that controls voluntary movements, and then there's the automatic nervous system that manages unconscious function. So somatic handles the motor skills to the muscles and carries the sensory signals into the body, like thinking about walking and it signaling your brain to do so. The automatic side is things we don't get to choose. It's like me shaking right now because I'm nervous or I'm sweating. It also goes right down to our digestive system and it just doing its thing after we eat. Next, I want to highlight the National Cancer Institute SEER Training Module report that I read. I learned a lot about the nerves while I read this article, and it turns out that the nerves are made up a bunch of like hairy little fibers known as axons and dendrites, and that has 3 layers to them. That's like a lot of protection, but not at all. We'll save that for later. The endoneurium surrounds each nerve fiber like a protector, and then the perineurium surrounds each bundle of nerves like a little house, and the epineurium surrounds the whole nerve like a skin. Now, nerves can be sensory, motory, or mixed nerves. So that means like sensory nerves are different because they send information to the central nervous system, while motor nerves are efferent, bringing information out of the central nervous system and into the PNS system. Mixed nerves are pretty cool because they have a little bit of both, Now, I also read in this next part that there are over 43 nerves and nerve bundles that are separated between the cranial and spinal components, which it handles like our sensory and movements. So that's pretty cool. The cranials hold function over 12 and mainly deal with the motor components, while the spinal nerves connects like the dorsal root and the ventral root, which are the intakes and outtakes, and connect it to the spinal root. That's over 31 different pairs of nerves. So that was pretty cool to actually learn about. Finally, we're going to talk about why the Queensland Brain Institute article explains why the PNS system is important. So the PNS acts as the body's communication system and connects the central nervous system to all the body's limbs, organs, glands, and tissues. Now, as the PNS relays motor signals to the body and senses back information from it, it supports our internal motoring without it too. The QBI highlights that unlike the actual brain and spinal cord, the PNS system isn't protected by bones. It is actually super vulnerable. So that means if our peripheral nervous system is damaged, that it could lose sensation, movement, and even control over other parts to our body. And it can't fully function or fully connect to the nervous system if damaged. I also believe that I've experienced some of these things, and you guys may have too. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm experiencing some of these nervousness system, senses that are sending my way.